A Republican-led U.S. House of Representatives committee on Tuesday said it released more than 33,000 pages of files on the disgraced financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. That came as party leadership looked to end a push by a bipartisan pair of lawmakers to force a vote on the matter. The case of Epstein, who died by suicide in prison in 2019, has caused a political headache for Republican President Donald Trump, after many of his supporters embraced a slew of related conspiracy theories. A July Reuters Ipsos poll found that majorities of Americans and of Trump's Republicans believe the government is hiding details on the case. The files released on Tuesday largely consisted of court documents and other previously released information.
You can't mention my name to her.
They included at least 8 videos of apparent police interviews with victims, several of which are time-stamped from 2005 and 2006. Republican Representative Thomas Massie and Representative Ro Khanna, a California Democrat, have proposed a measure that would require the Justice Department to release all of its unclassified Epstein records. The pair will hold a press conference with Epstein victims on Wednesday morning. Massie told the Axios news outlet on Tuesday that he would push ahead despite the latest document release.
Or political or
New Directions Community Credit Union is now open in Titusville. They may be new to our community, but they've been serving our region since 1974, providing their members with affordable products and services. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, volunteers, attends school, regularly conducts business, or who owns a business in Venango, Forest, Warren, or Crawford counties. Visit their new location at 206 South Martin Street in Titusville to learn more about becoming a member. Best of luck to all the students and athletes this fall from New Directions Community Credit Union.
Looking for expert orthopedic care? Dr. Charlie Gates, a trusted name at Titusville Area Hospital, can help you regain mobility and a better quality of life. With years of experience and a passion for personalized care, Dr. Gates specializes in treating a wide range of orthopedic conditions. Whether it's joint pain, sports injuries, or orthopedic surgery, trust Dr. Charlie Gates at Titusville Area Hospital for your orthopedic care. Call 814-827-9770 today to schedule your appointment.
Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning provides residential and light commercial air conditioning services throughout the area. They understand the importance of your cooling system working properly. That is why you can trust in Vanderhoof to do the job right. Whether it's a non-working air conditioner, yearly maintenance, or a new install, you can be assured that we will solve your problem quickly and efficiently. Your home's air conditioning system is far more than just temperature. It's a complete comfort system that combines temperature, humidity, air quality, and above all, safety. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville. Titusville Market Square is home to over 100 unique vendors featuring antiques, collectibles, candles, coins, baked goods, dairy products, food items, comic books, toys, and so much more. You'll discover something new every time you walk through the door. Did we mention the selection of baked goods, breads, Clark's Donuts, and Amish pies? Titusville Market Square has you covered. Stop in to explore today. Titusville Market Square in downtown Titusville.
Our new home.
Somebody pinch me.
Somebody say pinch?
Pinch.
We mean we just bought this.
Yeah, we just bought a new house. Why are there crabs?
You don't call for pinches. Call for protection.
Hit it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right coverage for your new house and your car.
All right, which way to the sea?
We're in Ohio.
So is that close or?
No.
You got a pool?
No.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Ronnie Long.
And I'm Lisa Mellon.
The name Armstrong reflects more than just a company. It's a promise.
While others focus on the short
No.
Like a good
a future that's limitless.
From the dawn of cable television to the rise of the digital age, we've delivered cutting-edge technology like our advanced fiber network that redefines what's possible.
Guided by our core values, we have proudly served and strengthened communities like yours for generations.
Fat Chad's is Titusville's premier dining destination. Come hungry and enjoy these menu favorites: T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Dive into fresh pasta entrees like shrimp and scallop pasta or our signature Asiago chicken. And don't miss our famous burgers and fish sandwiches, all served with fresh cut fries. Fridays mean prime rib specials. Enjoy wild game Saturdays. And on Sundays, it's our all-you-can-eat wing buffet. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
211 is an easy-to-remember telephone number for finding health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. Every day, highly trained 211 call specialists provide referrals to basic human needs resources like food banks and shelters, physical and mental health, employment support, support for youth and child care programs, and support for adults and persons with disabilities. To learn more, dial 211 or visit pa211nw.org.
Wall Street started September on a sharply lower note on Tuesday, with the Dow losing more than 0.5%, the S&P 500 shedding roughly 0.7%, and the Nasdaq sliding more than 0.8%. Investors returned from the Labor Day holiday rattled by a Friday appeals court ruling that most of President Trump's tariffs are illegal. Trump responded Tuesday afternoon by saying his administration will ask the Supreme Court for an expedited ruling on the tariffs. The latest tariff turmoil comes as markets enter what is traditionally a weak month for stocks with more uncertainty, says Mike Muscio, president of FBB Capital Partners.
And so now something that we thought was kind of settled isn't maybe as settled as we had expected. And thereby we're getting a little bit of market turmoil. Earnings are kind of behind us at this point. Last week was big earnings, kind of the final large earnings week. And we're heading into September with a much awaited, or much anticipated, I should say, jobs report on Friday. So some concern over how far this tariff thing really has run through, and a new data point ahead of a Federal Reserve meeting in a few weeks, and we got some weakness in the markets.
Stocks on the move Tuesday included Alphabet, which soared more than 6% in extended trading after a U.S. district judge ruled that the tech giant does not have to sell off its Chrome browser. But the judge said Alphabet does have to share its data with online search rivals. Shares of Kraft Heinz fell about 7% after the packaged goods giant said it will split into two listed companies, unwinding a decade-old merger with the combined company never achieving its expected growth. On the flip side, shares of PepsiCo gained roughly 1% after Elliott Management disclosed a $4 billion stake in the beverages company, urging it to revive its soda business, boost its share price, and become more competitive.
All right, let's take a look at that weather forecast for Northwest Pennsylvania on this Wednesday morning. A good deal of sunshine with temperatures today in the upper 70s. Partly cloudy skies early, giving way to cloudy skies late. A slight chance of a rain shower, a low in the upper 50s. Thursday, looking at rain showers and cooler temperatures, highs in the low 60s. Friday, partly cloudy skies with temperatures in the low to mid 70s. Saturday morning showers, but otherwise looks like we'll see some sunshine. Again, cooler on Saturday, mid 60s perhaps. Sunday, partly cloudy with temperatures in the low 60s. That is a look at your weather forecast at 7:11. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
It's a good morning and the sun is shining bright. The morning drill is on the air, so hold on tight. Good morning to you. It's a good morning and the sun.
All right. Yeah, the sun is shining bright this morning. Happy Wednesday, middle of the week already. Just like that. We were out last night watching some high school soccer. We were broadcasting. You were watching. I was broadcasting. And great match. Went into overtime. And just a lot of fun. The unexpected part about yesterday, like the 15-minute downpour we had?
Yeah, that was weird.
Right in the... Not quite when the match started. I think it was fairly early on. They were warming up. Mm-hmm. But, hey, something I said yesterday, and it probably applies across the board wherever you're watching us here this morning. The lack of officials.
Oh, it's exhausting.
Yeah. Like, yesterday's match was supposed to start at 6. And...
it got pushed to 6:30.
It got pushed to 6:30 because they were waiting on refs to finish up another match in another town somewhere else, and then the drive here.
Then it got pushed to 7.
It got pushed to 7 because the game that they were doing, the one team showed up late. So it kind of pushed everything back.
But then that started, we had that conversation with somebody the other day, because there's also a lack of bus drivers. So they said, like, for a sport that they were in last year, their team had to be dropped off 2 hours in advance.
Oh, yeah.
So the bus driver could get back, run its normal route, and then come back and pick them up.
Right.
Like, it's a short, like, nobody wants to work.
Yeah, that's crazy. Could you imagine? And that was, like, way out of town that they had to drive for that match last year. Yeah. And
it's crazy.
To come back, as you said, to run the regular bus route after school and then go back and pick them up. Yeah, that's crazy. Bus drivers, I'm sure, are needed. Mm-hmm. But going back to officials. Any sport you go and watch in high school, I'm sure there's a need for officials. Football, that's why you've got Thursday night games, Saturday games. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing, like, it's extra money. I know parents and fans can be outrageous.
We cheered for our officials yesterday. I don't think we didn't even yell at we cheered when they walked on, and we cheered for them. They didn't do a bad job. Sorry.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have cheered if the calls didn't go your way.
They didn't go. Not all of them went our way.
Well, I understand that, but you won the game.
I know.
Whereas the opposing team, one of their coaches, was verbally yelling at the officials on the way out of the stadium. So,
I'm going to just say this, and our team, I'm sure, has bad days. Our coach has his thumb on them this year, but gosh, coaches, sometimes do better for yourself and do better with those kids. You're developing them and molding them.
But in their defense, they're defending they're trying to defend their players.
What the chatter was on the field, we dealt with yesterday. That's all I'm saying. Well, because he could hear it too. If our coach was hearing it, his coach was hearing it, and his coach wasn't doing anything about the words that were being said.
Okay, I'm not defending that.
I know.
I wasn't,
Listen, if I heard our kids say something wrong on the field, I'd call them out, from the stands. Sorry.
Yeah, it's you that our kids and myself are watching and commenting.
Not what I'm talking about. Not at all what I'm talking about.
I know.
Okay, we're done now.
I'm not making a strong case here to be an official when I'm saying that the coaches are, following officials.
Yeah,
at
no,
the
I
stadium.
think the point is be kind to the officials. I will say our athletic director did a great job because he was hot on his heels when he saw that happening. And I know that this has been addressed across the board to all schools. We have a shortage of officials. Control yourself.
Yeah.
Be kind.
Yeah.
And we got the speech from our athletic director. We're short on officials. Be nice if you have a problem. Problem comes to me. It doesn't go to the, So, and we were very kind.
Okay. So anyhow, as I'm thinking last year, an official got tackled after a football game. Okay. Put that aside and be an official.
Yeah. Reach out to me. I actually have a link. I have a link. If you want to be a soccer official, I do.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I have a link. So if you want to reach out to us, I will put it out there and give it to you, and you can do it. And I will be nice.
Well,
I will be nice.
Again, almost every sport, if not every sport, needs officials. Hey, you can look at the guys yesterday. They had a match at 4, and then they came and did ours. That's a couple $100 yesterday. And they're doing a match or matches almost, every day.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of extra.
And listen, if you have
cash in your pocket,
a college student that's knowledgeable, played the sport, and you think that's good money for them because these, matches are usually happening when, and maybe they don't have classes. They can pick and choose if they have a class. So that's
I don't think you understand. College, there's classes through the night.
No, I'm saying they can pick and choose a game.
Yes.
When they don't have a class. Right. So I'm saying it's not like.
I was in high school, and I was fortunate because I played basketball up till 8th grade. That was my last year I played basketball. And then I started into broadcasting after that, which was a great experience for a high school kid. But I also went to our AD at the time, and I'm like, hey, can I get the rule book? I think it'd be fascinating to be a basketball official in high school. And he's like, yeah. I can't remember what the guidelines were then, but he handed me the book, and I'm like, okay. So I open it up, and it's player A standing here and player B. But I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I just at that moment I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
But
one more thing to study.
Yeah. But anyhow, lots of opportunities and a chance to make some extra cash. So, step up. Especially if you love working with kids. It's not. It doesn't have to be like a black and white thing where you're calling fouls and that's it. You leave. You can have an impact. You can help these athletes. You can say, hey, watch what you're doing here, or hey, I'm going to have to start calling this, or use your shoulder, not your elbow. There's things like that you can help improve our athletes in our area. So there's that. There's working with schools. There's working with the AD. I mean, there's a lot of community aspect to being an official, not just showing up and calling a game. That's obviously 99.9% of it, but you can put a lot into it. And we've seen that with football officials where they'll say, hey, kind of, watch where you're lined up here, or, hey, next time don't do that, do this. I'm going to have to call you on that.
We have, and having kids going through it, I can tell you that they have, you have an impact on them. They still talk about the referees. They still have favorites. They still have stories. There are referees that made huge impacts, positive or negative, but positive too, so the kids do remember the refs that they've had. And
yeah. Well, think about it. If again, maybe you were an athlete, maybe you weren't an athlete, but you just think, hey, this is good exercise.
Maybe you like those books. player A, player B.
Right.
You know? Maybe that's a good read for you.
Hey, and that's some people I know that aren't athletes but like the challenge, or they didn't play the sport, but
yeah,
they're like, hey, you know what? I want to kind of keep in shape. I like challenges. I like figuring things out. So yeah, consider it, and it probably is too late for this year, but get started.
Yeah.
And by next year, or if you're thinking, well, I like basketball. Okay, well, basketball's coming out. There's probably time to get in on that.
Yeah.
But anyways, consider doing that. So, yeah, we had a late start last night, but it was a beautiful night. Again, it rained for like 15 minutes. Pretty good.
Yeah.
And then things cleared out, and it was crazy because it was, I don't know where, like right kind of above where we were, but it was like all blue skies in front of us. It was like, this is beautiful and weird. So, great night and a good win for
the Rockets.
For our team, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We got birthdays, what we're celebrating. That's coming up here in just a few moments. We have a busy morning ahead. We have Christa Lundy from the Meadville Chamber. They had their, I think their fall golf outing last week. Certainly felt like it, but that was last week. We have Kat Thompson joining us later this morning from the Venango Area Chamber. Chris is from the Meadville Chamber. Kat Thompson's from the Venango Area Chamber of Commerce. A lot going on there. And I believe Mr. Will Price will be joining us from the United Way of the Venango and Titusville regions. So looking forward to catch up with. It's been a while since we chatted with Will. There's been other great folks from the United Way that have come in and joined us the last couple months. But I think Will's back, and a lot going on with the United Way. I think they're officially in their campaign season, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So looking to raise another $55 billion. Is that correct? Ooh.
I don't think what?
Powerball.
Oh, did nobody win?
No.
Oh. Okay.
But that was Monday night.
Yeah, what's tonight?
Wednesday. So it's up to was it 1 point? Man, I was reading something yesterday about this. The odds, and then whether you should take the lump sum or the annuity. $1.3 billion. Billion dollars. Yeah, take home. I was reading this yesterday. Take home's like nothing by the time the taxes come out from federal and then the state. So
yeah.
No, are you going to sneeze at a couple $100 million? Probably not. But winning numbers for non-winning tickets: 8, 23, 25, 40, 53, and that power play 5. Those are the exact numbers I was going to play, but you said nope. Let's let the machine pick it. I had 8, 23, 25, 40, 53 picked out.
Yeah, it's funny.
No.
2 of those numbers would have been our numbers. We would have had 2 numbers in that. Like if I picked the numbers, what's the Powerball or whatever?
5.
5? No.
Did you scan the ticket?
Yeah, we didn't win. Sorry.
Not even like, hey, we feel bad for you. Here's $10. So what was, I don't know when it was, a month ago, like early on when it was starting to add up. I think you got a ticket.
Yeah. I picked our numbers.
I picked a ticket a couple weeks prior to that. No, I guess maybe I picked a ticket as it was building.
Yeah.
And just had the machine pick the numbers. Nothing. You go like a week or two later and you pick the numbers and you got a couple.
I got $22 total.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So maybe you got the luck.
Maybe not.
Or the numbers.
Okay, wait. Our next. Oh, tonight 1.3. Okay.
I don't know. Keep it going.
What's the? Do we determine? Wait.
I read what the odds were of winning it.
What do I like? We keep just, investing in our future. Oh my gosh, it is insane to me. It's 1.3 billion. The cash option is 589 million.
Without taxes being taken out.
Without taxes being taken out.
Yeah, and they were saying like, I can't remember, 20-some percent or 17% tax right off the top. And then it goes to the state, and they get their percentage. And obviously that depends on what state you're in. California is the highest.
It's weird that there are so many California winners, too.
Well.
Is it rigged?
No.
I'm kidding.
But, yeah. Now, again, are you going to be... I think the upsetting thing, it's sort of false advertising.
It is. It feels like... I don't even know. It's like when you look at your first paycheck ever as a person and you're like, where did all this money go?
Yeah.
That's
when people start to think, maybe I should become a Republican. No. So, the Powerball, yeah. Because they'll promote like, oh, they're the winner of the $1.3 billion Powerball.
And there's standing there holding a check for $1.3 billion.
Yeah.
You really need to type over it.
Yeah, I get like a third of this.
Yeah, sorry about your luck.
Yeah. Somebody else should be holding this because I'm only getting a portion of the $1.3 billion. All right, let's get to birthdays and what we're celebrating today. I don't even know. Say the 3rd or the 4th? 3rd? 3rd. It should be on the phone. Yes, it is the 3rd. I don't know anymore. I don't care. Just these days are flying, right?
Yeah.
All right. Who's celebrating a birthday on this 3rd? Well, I'm sure if it's your birthday, you probably care.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to who today?
You're at 0. Musician Al Jardine is 80.
Al Jardine?
Jardine, sorry.
Beach Boys.
83. Actor Charlie Sheen is 60. Actress Ashley Jones is 49. Actress Kay Gerber is 24. And actress Iman Vellani is 23.
All right. Happy birthday to everybody there. And happy birthday to you if today happens to be your birthday from all of us here this morning. Let's find out what we're celebrating on this Wednesday morning.
All right. It is Foundation Day in San Marino, Global Talent Acquisition Day, Merchant Navy Day, National Welsh Rarebit Day, Skyscraper Day, U.S. Bowling League Day, August Alsina's birthday. I don't even know what that is, or who that is. That's all.
All right. So I'm trying to think. It was several generations ago of our company shirts.
Several logos ago? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, no. They were, I think, the blue with the white.
Oh, yeah.
They look kind of like bowling shirts.
Oh.
Well, I didn't think they did. But we, after a football game, we stopped on the way home, the whole crew, and had dinner. And the waitress, she's looking at all of us, and she goes, oh, you guys are in a bowling league. No. Not quite. It was really funny. All right. Coming up on 7:30 here this morning. We got away from those shirts. Not because of that. All right. 7:30, we'll bring you the latest headlines here this morning. Let you know what's going on in the world. Also, what a lineup today. Christa Lundy from the Meadville Chamber. Kat Thompson from the Venango Area Chamber. Will Price from the United Way. All set to join us here. Middle of the week, coming off that holiday weekend. And we got plenty of sunshine here in northwest Pennsylvania. And much warmer today, too. Upper 70s, almost hitting 80 degrees here today. We'll take it. We're going to cool off a little bit, quite a bit tomorrow and this weekend. So be prepared for that, like low 60s for a high. All right, this is the Morning Drill.
The Morning Drill. The three-line drill.
A Republican-led U.S. House of Representatives committee on Tuesday said it released more than 33,000 pages of files on the disgraced financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. That came as party leadership looked to end a push by a bipartisan pair of lawmakers to force a vote on the matter. The case of Epstein, who died by suicide in prison in 2019, has caused a political headache for Republican President Donald Trump, after many of his supporters embraced a slew of related conspiracy theories. A July Reuters Ipsos poll found that majorities of Americans and of Trump's Republicans believe the government is hiding details on the case. The files released on Tuesday largely consisted of court documents and other previously released information. They included at least 8 videos of apparent police interviews with victims, several of which are time-stamped from 2005 and 2006. Republican Representative Thomas Massey and Representative Ro Khanna, a California Democrat, have proposed a measure that would require the Justice Department to release all of its unclassified Epstein records. The pair will hold a press conference with Epstein victims on Wednesday morning. Massey told the Axios news outlet on Tuesday that he would push ahead despite the latest document release.
Life or political or
Discover no-sweat savings of over $7,000 off your next Chevy truck. It's Community Chevrolet's Dog Days of Summer sales event. Our mascot Clark can hardly contain his excitement, and he's asleep, of course. This month, don't sleep on our hottest savings of the summer, including more than $7,000 off MSRP on a new Silverado, or save nearly $2,000 on hot new SUVs like the Trax and the Equinox. The Dog Days of Summer sales event. Where? At Community Chevrolet.
I know sometimes we get into it and it's just hard on both of us, but try to understand me more and I'll try to do the same. But you have excuses because you're old, so it's okay.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at sounditouttogether.org.
Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom. Ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Whether you want to go and lead in your craft in the trades, whether you want to go and be that nurse or medical worker and have a real impact on lives, or whether you want to go and help that business improve its bottom line, this is the place, and now is your time to go with confidence, to go with skill, to go succeed. The Education and Training Center at Pitt Titusville.
I needed a place I could feel cared for without the long drive. I chose Meadville OBGYN because both my sisters came here, highly recommended Dr. Kristen. Dr. Kristen makes me feel very comfortable. Like I'm family, like we're friends, very personable. My daughter Evie was born breech, and it was Dr. Kristen and Dr. Barco, and they were incredible. It was a wonderful experience. I wouldn't ever want to go anywhere else.
Community Connect Federal Credit Union, serving Crawford, Venango, Forest, and Warren counties. Their mission is to provide quality, low-cost, and personal financial products for the growth and security of their members and families. Stop in, call, or visit our website, communityconnectfcu.com, and click Join to get started. Community Connect Federal Credit Union, 1050 East Spring Street in Titusville.
Vehicle shopping? Make sure you check out Titusville Ford first. Shop our amazing selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. Visit us on Route 8 in Titusville and see why our customer service is a cut above the rest. Titusville Ford, your hometown dealer.
Wall Street started September on a sharply lower note on Tuesday, with the Dow losing more than 0.5%, the S&P 500 shedding roughly 0.7%, and the Nasdaq sliding more than 0.8%. Investors returned from the Labor Day holiday rattled by a Friday appeals court ruling that most of President Trump's tariffs are illegal. Trump responded Tuesday afternoon by saying his administration will ask the Supreme Court for an expedited ruling on the tariffs. The latest tariff turmoil comes as markets enter what is traditionally a weak month for stocks with more uncertainty, says Mike Muscio, president of FBB Capital Partners.
And so now something that we thought was kind of settled isn't maybe as settled as we had expected. And thereby we're getting a little bit of market turmoil. Earnings are kind of behind us at this point. Last week was big earnings, kind of the final large earnings week. And we're heading into September with a much awaited, or much anticipated, I should say, jobs report on Friday. So some concern over how far this tariff thing really has run through, and a new data point ahead of a Federal Reserve meeting in a few weeks, and we got some weakness in the markets.
Stocks on the move Tuesday included Alphabet, which soared more than 6% in extended trading after a U.S. district judge ruled that the tech giant does not have to sell off its Chrome browser. But the judge said Alphabet does have to share its data with online search rivals. Shares of Kraft Heinz fell about 7% after the packaged goods giant said it will split into two listed companies, unwinding a decade-old merger with the combined company never achieving its expected growth. On the flip side, shares of PepsiCo gained roughly 1% after Elliott Management disclosed a $4 billion stake in the beverages company, urging it to revive its soda business, boost its share price, and become more competitive.
Well, a real quick look at that weather forecast. Good deal of sunshine today and warm, a high near 80 degrees. Enjoy it as temperatures are going to change a little bit over the next 5-10 days. Well, let's be honest. It's going to be changed for quite a while. But anyways, tonight, partly cloudy skies, giving way to cloudy skies late. Slight chance of rain shower, upper 50s for a low. Thursday, cooler and rain, low 60s. Friday, partly cloudy, mid-70s. Saturday, morning rain showers, mid-60s. Sunday, partly cloudy, low 60s for a high. That is a look at your weather forecast at 7:41. This is the Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Joining us this morning is the Executive Director of the Meadville Area Chamber of Commerce. It's Christa Lundy. Hi, Christa. How are you?
Good morning. I am well, and how are you? Happy Wednesday.
Good to see you this morning.
You too. It's been a while.
It has, and you've been pretty busy. There's been a lot going on, a lot of great things, a lot of great events taking place. Kind of recap what the last couple, the last month.
Leadership Meadville 16 orientation happened since I've seen you, and it was great. And I truly think this class gelled already. Like, I am so excited about this class, and I know I say that every year, but sometimes it takes 4 or 5 months for them to get together and kind of put down that guard. But the first day they were laughing and joking, and the group activities that they do at the end of the day, kind of the icebreakers per se, were just great. I think it's going to be one of the best classes yet. I'm really excited about it, and Gary, of course, does a tremendous job. So we had a great start to that, and already next Friday the 12th, the day before the wine walk, is the first official class, and it's History Day, so they'll be learning a little bit about some history in Crawford County. So that has happened. We've had a couple ribbon cuttings. I know Prestige Shine Auto Detailing in Conneaut Lake had a really great turnout for that event. I was unable to be at that event, but they had a great time there. And the big one, our fall golf outing, was last Wednesday, so that's where I was at 6:30 a.m., and I could not make it here, sorry. But we had a full golf course, 38 teams. Had a waiting list of a few people I had to turn away, and those people have already called us and said, we want our spot next year. And I'm not kidding. Because we have new members every month that join the chamber, and they're seeing things in the newsletter. They're following us on social media. They're hearing us talk at events, and they know. This is one of the best golf outings in the area. You want to get in. Well, they did, and then some of our regulars did not. So, sorry, but it is what it is, and the first people that get their forms to us and confirm, but everybody that was there, the new people and the regulars that have golfed for years, had a great day over at Mount Hope Golf Course. Lots of great food, fun volunteers, running all the games. Several people walked away with great prizes. Everyone is so generous with auction donations and line prizes and team prizes and things like that. So a lot of people walked away with some great gift baskets and prizes, and all the golfers had a good time. So then we went to Hunter's afterwards, and that's where we could unwind and relax.
So let's say you missed out on the opportunity to golf, or something came up work-wise, and you're like, oh, we can't take part in this event.
We had that happen too.
They can reach out and say, boy, we could provide a gift basket to raffle off.
Absolutely. And we had that happen. We had a couple of teams that were sponsors, and the last week they said, sorry, we have a training that day. We're not going to be able to send people, just we'll see you at the next event. So that's great that, they at least let us know so we can get somebody else in that was on that waiting list. And their sponsorship, their name was still out there, still in the program and that kind of thing. They just were unable to attend. But we have enough other things they can jump right back in, because next Saturday, the 13th, is our Wine, Brew, and Spirits Walk. Very excited. We're going to pick up the fridge today, that wine fridge donated by Flix TV and Appliance. They are very generous out there. And then, of course, we fill that fridge. So we have some wine at the office for the wine fridge, and that will be the grand prize. Tickets are on sale now at the chamber office. You can get them. You don't even have to be at the event. You can win those gift baskets. The wine fridge and all that wine is valued over $600. And then all of the wineries, breweries, and distilleries that participate that day, we have roughly 30 of them now. I added a few more. When I went to Treasure Lake a couple weeks ago on a trip that I actually won and was the highest bidder at the chamber auction last year, went to Treasure Lake, and I'm good friends with Jody from the Du Bois Chamber there. Had all kinds of things for us planned to do. We celebrated Tracy Becker's birthday. We had a wonderful week. But I also did some event research for the wine walk. Took one for the team, and I got a couple more wineries to participate in ours. So we have about 30 stops now on the wine walk. And like I said, Saturday, September 13th, get your tickets online, stop in the office. You can pay with Venmo there that day or whatever. It is $5 more the day of because we like to know in advance how many people are coming. Most of these places have a restaurant or a caterer have some good food in them. It's also second Saturday, that Saturday the 13th, so people can come have breakfast, have lunch, shop downtown, listen to some live music, get food from a food truck, check out the historical market house. Oh my gosh, so much happening.
You said a lot of people will come into town.
Oh yeah,
and stay, grab lunch, shop, then do the event,
and then do dinner afterwards. It's one of the busiest days of the year for our local downtown restaurants, and that's what we want it to do. We want it to be an awareness campaign per se, so people that are coming from out of town find out what our downtown has to offer. They can come back another time, because if they're coming just for the wine walk and they come just for that time frame, you're getting to see the places that you go in, and then you don't have time for other things, so we want them to come back another time. Or there's people that are local and start at 9 in the morning and go have coffee somewhere, then they stroll down through town, they'll have lunch, and then they'll be in line at 2 o'clock for the wine walk that starts at 3, and they'll do that, then they'll go somewhere for dinner and hear some live music that night. Or we have the same kind of thing from people that are out of town, and then they stay all night. And then they walk around Sunday and do things. So one of our favorite events, one that the chamber staff and volunteers do not get to enjoy as much because we are so busy with the wine check, which is also a merchandise check. It's not just whatever you purchase that day at the wine walk if you are an attendee. You can check it and just pick it up at the end of the night when you're done with the event. We want you to shop that day too. So if you're in any of our local merchants and pick something up, your same number that's on your numbered wristband goes on there, and you can pick that up at the end of the day too. And that's really taken off in the last couple of years. We have had people will buy stuff at Hello Sunshine when they're in line getting stuff for their grandkids or their kids, whatever, or they're at the Willow Mill or Chateau Christine or the Salty Spa or Loeffler's, wherever they might be, they can purchase things and pick them up at the end. We want people to not only drink local, eat local, but shop local.
Well, and I've just always thought, you're walking around and people are like, I've overheard this, I'd really like to buy that. I just don't want to carry it around with me everywhere.
Well, you don't have to.
And now you don't have to.
We make it easier.
Yeah.
Those side-by-sides from Street Track and Trail and Easy Does It Customs that sponsor that will be around, and our volunteers will pick those items up for you. But that is very fast approaching next weekend, next Saturday, and get your tickets online or at the office.
Okay. Saturday, September 13th.
3 to 7 p.m. is when it is.
The Eventbrite link, very simple, real easy. You get your tickets, and you're ready to go.
Ready to go.
So, all right, that's coming up. Boy, I can't believe it's here.
I know. Well, we're talking about fall sports. My feet are a little chilly. I'm still in flip-flops, but I will be till it snows. But, fall is definitely here. Because our Italy trip is next month already, and I've been talking about it for 9 months.
Now, this is kind of cool. If you've ever thought, boy, it'd be great to travel, but I don't know if I want to go alone or with, a spouse. Maybe it'd be a better thing to do with a group.
We have your answer.
Yes.
So actually the chamber trip is the last week of January, first week of February. I think it's January 24th through the 1st of February. And we are going to an all-inclusive in Punta Cana And that is not just a big group of couples. That is friends and sisters and, just a big group of people. You can do your own thing because it's a really great price. Thank you to Amy Rechtenwald, Luxury Travel Design. So we really have a great time. Friendships are made, and take advantage of the breathtaking views and all of the sports activities, the games at the pool, the games at the beach, several restaurants, and just networking at its finest. So it's just a really great time, really great price. The information is still in the newsletter, and it's also on our website, and we'll have flyers at all the events that we have in the next couple months. The final payment is not due until the middle of October, but it is due middle of October because that's only 3 months from when we leave.
Wow.
And we've had last year we had 49 people go. My goal is 50. I do know of a few people that aren't able to join us this year for whatever reason. They're doing some other things, but we're always welcoming new people to join us. Looking forward to that. Yes, we are very excited about that. And several swim-up pools, and we have swim-out room option. There's 2 options for room choices, but take advantage of that. Go do your own thing. If you don't want to be with the group, just go do your own thing, enjoy it, and wave to us when you're walking by the group, or join in the group and make some new friends. And we're really looking forward to that. But I was mentioning the October trip. We have that too, but you cannot get in on that any longer. That is with Sitzlink International. We are taking 24 people from the Meadville Chamber, and I know the Venango Chamber is taking 30-some. So we'll have 2 buses of people traveling the country. And again, networking and seeing the world, and sending back some great wine and some great olive oil, and I will be eating gelato every day. But
send me some pizza. Send me some pizza.
Okay. But there's some people that I don't know that are traveling with us that just saw it online, and they've been following the Facebook page, and so they'll learn about the chamber. They'll meet some chamber people. I'll meet some people from the Venango Chamber. We'll interact with one another. Our dinners are on our own, so I imagine there'll be some big group dinners.
Ooh.
So looking forward to that. But
that's gonna be so much fun.
It is.
If we weren't at the end of the sports season, I would be on that trip, and that would be awesome. Italy would be fantastic. I want to ask you real quick. Let's do this. You're watching the Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Christa Lundy with us here this morning, Executive Director of the Meadville Area Chamber of Commerce. Prior to COVID, you guys, the chamber directors, were doing trips and working on providing this type of a trip for members and community, and now it's back. This is a sample, and it sounds like the success you've had with getting people signed up to go on this trip, it might be something that you guys look to do again.
We might look to do that, and at our chamber conference in November, other travel companies come and let us know what options they have. But we also want to work with our local travel agents as well. We offer both. Because I personally love to travel. Some chamber directors might not, and they might focus on other things. Every chamber is a little bit different. But again, I think it's networking at its best, and there's at least the option if anyone wants to go. If you don't want to go, you don't have to go. So just like the seminars and the meetings and the free meetings every month that we have Business Women's Roundtable. We have an HR Consortium, which we are changing the name next year because I think it scares people away that it's not actually just for HR people. So hot topics in the community. So we'll talk about. I don't know who our speaker is this month, so we'll be letting people know that. But last month we had Eric Henry from Crawford County Commissioner talking about an update on the county. The month before we had a city update with Mary Menino, and those are free to attend every month. Our Business Women's Roundtable group, that happened since the last time I saw you, and that was sponsored by Eternal Glow, and we had 50 women on the Barbara J. We rode around Conneaut Lake, had food from the lounge, another one of our members. And then we also went over to Silver Shores for dinner afterwards, about 20-some of us.
Oh, wow.
So those are free meetings to attend, free resources, free networking, free opportunities to meet people, share business cards.
And that leads up to a big event in the fall.
It does. Our Women in Business Expo is fast approaching. Very much looking forward to having Bonnie Kuhn, co-owner of Kuhn Tool and Die, and the first woman president of the National Tooling and Machining Association, and then Kathleen Layer of Kathleen Layer Coaching. So those are our 2 speakers. We're already half filled with vendor space, and it's not till the middle of October. So if you are any woman in business, you may be the owner, you may be the manager, whatever it might be. If you would like to have a vendor space, that is October 15th on Wednesday at the Country Club of Meadville. And it is women supporting other business women, whether you want to have a table space and just have rack cards and promotional materials and let us know about what you do, or if you have something to sell. Like either way, join us for that. And then after hours, I'm like squirrel, like going all over, but I'm just remembering so many things happening. We had 2 after hours last month. So we had one at the fair that was really, really fun.
Yeah.
And this month we go to Bayshore Homes. So looking forward to that.
That's on the
that
25th.
is the 25th at Bayshore Homes, and I know they have something really fun planned for us. And I love touring these homes. And it seems each year we go a couple times. We always go to support their open houses and things that they do. But the homes are just so beautiful and decorated beautifully. And Bayshore Homes is one of our trustees, one of our biggest supporters, one of our biggest sponsors. Big thank you to Jean and Jim, and now Jane and Jacob. Their kids that are, coming into the family business. Jean is on our board of directors. Jane is on the board, the steering committee for the foundation. They just are great, great people and support the leadership, one of our sponsors of our leadership program. So.
And the day before that is a ribbon cutting?
Ribbon cutting. We have several of them.
That's great.
Yeah, we have Papa John's. I know people have been waiting for that one. That is September 18th at 11 a.m. Free pizza, and I think they have a prize for free pizza for a year. All kinds of things happening at Papa John's. It's in the plaza, right next to Giant Eagle, right behind Starbucks. There, Papa John's is in there, and then ribbon cutting at 43 Artisan Company. Looking forward to that as well on Wednesday, September 24th at 4 p.m. So. Very busy couple weeks there, and that's just in September, and then the Women's Expo, and then we actually have an auction meeting next Thursday because the auction is fast approaching in November.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And then it'll be Christmas time.
Christmas time. Stop it. We'll stop with the
Small
auction.
Business Saturday.
Yes. But there's a lot happening. I mean, first Fridays, second Saturdays, the third Thursday dinners at the St. James Haven. We just went that last week, and
but all seriousness, the holidays are coming.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of limited now getting your message out there of items you want to promote. Newsletter's a great way, website. People need to be reaching out to the chamber now if they're planning something big and they want that extra exposure.
Absolutely. And for 2026, we want to have our 2026 calendar. Our signature events are booked, but we want to have as many after hours and businesswomen's roundtables scheduled at your workplace. Work with someone else if you'd like to have a combined joint effort there. But we'd like to have as many of those booked as possible before November so we can have them in that December, January newsletter, because we will close between Christmas and New Year's. And so we're not there for that newsletter. It's a combined newsletter in December and January. So we want to get as much information as possible from people for that next year. And if you haven't had one in this year, we'd love to have it next year, and we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, you got to be thinking ahead, planning ahead, especially if you've got an anniversary or celebration coming up next year, and you're like, boy, I really need to, don't wait a month out.
Right, because we like to be promoting it at least 6 weeks in advance. If you can't and you have to add something, we can always add it. But if you know you are having a big anniversary, or, hey, we are expanding next year, or hey, we're going to relocate next year, but we want to keep it hush-hush, we'll keep that private for you, but we want to get it scheduled and on the books.
And real quick, just recap Saturday, September 13th.
Yes.
Tickets.
And I brought some tickets for you to give away, so everybody listen up and watch. But Saturday, September 13th, over 25 stops, I think close to 30.
Wow.
Get your tickets on Eventbrite, at the Chamber office, online, and several places throughout the county.
Christa, it's great seeing you this morning.
You too. Have a great week.
You're
I know,
it
was. I haven't been here in a couple weeks, so I had to make up for it.
Well, it's great seeing you.
You too.
All the best, and we'll talk to you soon.
See you next week.
A Republican-led U.S. House of Representatives committee on Tuesday said it released more than 33,000 pages of files on the disgraced financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. That came as party leadership looked to end a push by a bipartisan pair of lawmakers to force a vote on the matter. The case of Epstein, who died by suicide in prison in 2019, has caused a political headache for Republican President Donald Trump, after many of his supporters embraced a slew of related conspiracy theories. A July Reuters Ipsos poll found that majorities of Americans and of Trump's Republicans believe the government is hiding details on the case. The files released on Tuesday largely consisted of court documents and other previously released information.
You can't mention my name to her.
They included at least 8 videos of apparent police interviews with victims, several of which are time-stamped from 2005 and 2006. Republican Representative Thomas Massey and Representative Ro Khanna, a California Democrat, have proposed a measure that would require the Justice Department to release all of its unclassified Epstein records. The pair will hold a press conference with Epstein victims on Wednesday morning. Massey told the Axios news outlet on Tuesday that he would push ahead despite the latest document release.
Life or political or
Interstate Pipe and Supply takes pride in providing superior customer service. That's why our dedicated employees are well trained and have the experience to offer friendly, quick, and reliable service and support. Need materials delivered to your job site? No problem. Interstate offers fast delivery from our 4 locations in Western Pennsylvania. We also serve Eastern Ohio, Northern Western Virginia, and Western New York. Service means business at Western Pennsylvania's premier pipe and supply company, Interstate Pipe and Supply.
Anyone with a kind and generous heart and a little money can be a philanthropist. You too can be a force for good in our community, and the Crawford Heritage Community Foundation is here to help you make the most of your charitable giving. We've partnered with hundreds of people like you to make our world and our community a better place. You can give through us to support scholarships or any charitable organization or purpose. Whether you're interested in establishing a permanent endowment or adding to an existing fund, we want to be a part of your plan. Contact us when you're ready to make your mark. Together, we can make your contribution go further.
The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home has been serving the needs of Titusville and surrounding communities since 1965. Mr. Garrett believed in tradition and commitment to excellence, standards that have been passed down from one generation to now a new generation, who will work to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. When you need them, they will be there for you. This has been their foundation for almost 60 years. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, 303 North Washington Street in Titusville. Share the fun of train travel and relive our country's oil history as you ride the OC&T through the valley that changed the world. Learn about the past while traveling on vintage cars. See a variety of wildlife with stops at Drakewell Park, Petroleum Center, and Oil Creek State Park. Arrive early and see the vast collection of train and railroad memorabilia at Perry Street Station. After the ride, enjoy a night's stay at the Caboose Motel. For seasonal specials or for more information, visit octrr.org or call 814-676-1733. For over 30 years, J. Gill Plumbing and Heating has taken pride in being the premier heating and air conditioning service provider in the area. Our highly skilled and certified technicians will work closely with you to address your heating and air conditioning repair, installation, or maintenance needs. And with the J. Gill Service membership, you can take advantage of additional benefits like filter replacements and priority service scheduling. Plus, members get 10% off future projects. Call today to get a free estimate or ask about financing options. Call J. Gill Plumbing and Heating today or visit them online at jgillplumbingheating.com. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom. Ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
211 is a simple telephone number to remember when you don't know where to go for help. Dial 211 when needing to find health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. It's free and confidential, and you'll have access to thousands of programs and services for emergency and non-emergency situations. Visit pa211nw.org to learn more, and remember, help is available by calling 211.
Are you tired of juggling multiple pill bottles? Titusville Express Pharmacy has your solution, now offering compliance packaging. Your medication sorted and sealed by dose, making it easier than ever to stay on track. In a hurry? Take advantage of our convenient drive-through service. We also offer free local delivery for those that qualify. Titusville Express Pharmacy, where convenience meets care. Visit us today at 401 West Spring Street in Titusville. Simplify your medication routine with Titusville Express Pharmacy.
Wall Street started September on a sharply lower note on Tuesday, with the Dow losing more than 0.5%, the S&P 500 shedding roughly 0.7%, and the Nasdaq sliding more than 0.8%. Investors returned from the Labor Day holiday rattled by a Friday appeals court ruling that most of President Trump's tariffs are illegal. Trump responded Tuesday afternoon by saying his administration will ask the Supreme Court for an expedited ruling on the tariffs. The latest tariff turmoil comes as markets enter what is traditionally a weak month for stocks with more uncertainty, says Mike Muscio, president of FBB Capital Partners.
And so now something that we thought was kind of settled isn't maybe as settled as we had expected. And thereby we're getting a little bit of market turmoil. Earnings are kind of behind us at this point. Last week was big earnings, kind of the final large earnings week. And we're heading into September with a much awaited, or much anticipated, I should say, jobs report on Friday. So some concern over how far this tariff thing really has run through, and a new data point ahead of a Federal Reserve meeting in a few weeks, and we got some weakness in the markets.
Stocks on the move Tuesday included Alphabet, which soared more than 6% in extended trading after a U.S. district judge ruled that the tech giant does not have to sell off its Chrome browser. But the judge said Alphabet does have to share its data with online search rivals. Shares of Kraft Heinz fell about 7% after the packaged goods giant said it will split into two listed companies, unwinding a decade-old merger with the combined company never achieving its expected growth. On the flip side, shares of PepsiCo gained roughly 1% after Elliott Management disclosed a $4 billion stake in the beverages company, urging it to revive its soda business, boost its share price, and become more competitive.
Hey, real quick, mostly sunny today. Temperatures nearing 80 degrees. Enjoy it. We're going to dip down into the low to mid 60s tomorrow. And, a little warmer on Friday, but back into the 60s this weekend. And maybe a little bit of rain as well. Rain definitely for Thursday. About 9 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Joining us this morning is Kat Thompson from the Venango Area Chamber of Commerce. Kat, good morning. How are you?
Morning, Luke. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing great, thank you. What's new and exciting in your world?
Oh, there's always something new and exciting. Kind of getting back from a long weekend and getting caught up with things. We're busy working on Cranberry Festival. That's kind of been top of mind here. And then with school starting, a lot going on with Venango Ready. We've got our first education committee meeting today from the summer break. So we're excited to be just jumping right back into all the good stuff.
Maybe next year we can extend Labor Day weekend and make it like the full week.
I love it. I'll forward that on to Susan.
Yeah, please do.
Luke said.
Luke said. But it was hard to get back this week because it was such, I think, a beautiful weekend. And but you know what? There's a lot of excitement because there is a lot going on. You mentioned Cranberry Festival. You mentioned kids going back to school. There's a lot happening.
Yeah, there is. Our leadership class will be starting up this month as well, now that it's September. We have our overnight retreat, and we have a great leadership class. I think this may be the biggest class that we've ever had. I want to say there's something like 16 or 17 people in the class. So that's going to be a great year. We always love to see what that's going to look like and how the class kind of comes together and gels, and the personality that they develop as a group, and how they really connect with the community and learn about, some of the things they might not known about, and how we learn about some of the things that we might not have learned about through them, through, who's at the table. So we're excited for that. We're excited to see that kick off as well.
Are you starting to see businesses coming back and saying, boy, this really benefited us. We want to bring somebody else through. In addition, are you also hearing from people who said, hey, my friend said they went through this program, recommended it, and now I'm signing up and want to do it?
Absolutely. We have, some businesses and organizations who every year send someone. So we've seen that where they think, okay, who's next in line? Who else can we send? Those repeat businesses who really have, seen the value from the start. And then we do see that. We do see, some new businesses, organizations that haven't ever sent anybody through the program because they've heard about it, through friends, through other people. I think we have, this might be the first year we have someone who's been through the Meadville leadership program, but they're, have been here for a few years now and are working in this area. So they're going through our leadership program. So that'll be an interesting experience to get their feedback. And, so it's all over the boards, I think. So, we're excited, for those organizations who send someone every year. The people have to kind of wait in line, and when it's their turn, that's always exciting, because they've heard about it from all their coworkers, and they know, okay, I'm next in line. I don't know how they figured out, if they rock, paper, scissors or what, but we're always excited for that, for those people who've been anticipating it for a while.
I think it's also important to know that every year's different, and different places you're stopping, different people you're meeting up with. The people you're in the class with obviously are different, which makes it a different experience. So, you could have, and you've said this before, you and Susan almost go through this every year. But if somebody were to do it every year, it would be completely different.
Experience. Yeah. And the world is different. I mean, we've certainly seen that, especially over the last few years. The world is different, and how business is different, and how people show up for work and think about work. And so, when we're learning about those leadership principles and ideas, that kind of changes the way, with how people are coming to work and viewing that as well. So it's a different experience every single year. And there's value in that for anybody. I think sometimes people think of Flex, our young professionals group, and then they think of leadership, and they kind of blur them together, but they're two totally separate programs. We do love to see people who are involved in Flex join leadership, but leadership is not just for young professionals. Leadership is for anybody who wants to prepare for a better future. If you've been in leadership for decades, you're still going to get something great out of the leadership class, connections, learning about yourself, learning about others, maybe learning how to relate to different generations, different topics, things like that. So the leadership class is really for anybody at any point of their leadership journey that just wants to learn and grow and connect in this community.
The other thing that I absolutely love, and you guys talk about this all the time, Christa talks about it too, when you've got somebody who might be at a place for 30 years and they decide, maybe it's time for me to change or to go for an administrative role or whatever. Again, here's a great program to not only help you with your business life, but a lot of these traits apply to your personal life, or if you volunteer for boards, or you volunteer at church, or whatever it is, these are the same traits that can apply across the board in life in general, which is fantastic.
Absolutely. It really helps, build any kind of, skill that's going to be helpful, like you said, in your personal life. build your connections and your network. You mentioned boardmanship and volunteering in the community. We wouldn't have community that we have if people didn't give up, some of their free time for things. And this is a way to make those connections. I know for me, when I went through leadership as a student, I wasn't really that well connected, and kind of use that as an opportunity to explore, where I may be able to volunteer and serve on boards. And now it's, a little bit like, okay, I can't serve on any more boards. So it's a way to kind of find out where that place might be for me as well. So if you already serve on boards, you can learn from that. Or if you're like, I know that's something I want to do, it's a great way to prepare yourself for that as well.
I wasn't planning on talking about this, but you kind of bring up a really good point. I'm sure there's times you go from one meeting that, a board you sit on to another, and a lot of the people are the same. Across the board, all these communities, you have a lot of the same core people serving on multiple boards. Obviously, the executive director or the person in charge, part of their job is, finding those potential board members. But if you're a board member yourself, you could help out with that process.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely,
maybe talk a little bit about, that opportunity to step up and, be a part of something and help the overall community out.
Absolutely. It's so rewarding to do that. And I find, if someone is looking for an opportunity for that, find the thing that you're passionate about. Find the thing that you're really interested in. I serve on the Friends of Oil Creek State Park Board. I love hiking. I was there last night hiking, on Girard Trail. And so that's something that I care a lot about. And so I would say for, people who are looking for positions and looking for ways to serve, what are your passions? What are you interested in? And what aligns with that? What are the skills that you can bring to a board? They may be looking for somebody with a certain skill set. How can you help contribute to that with, what you're bringing to the table? So I think, if you're on a board and you're trying to help those organizations find other people, talk to the executive director or the president, and ask them, what do we need? What are you looking for? How can I help find that? Because sometimes you don't want to bring the wrong person either. So
right.
You really want to be in conversation with that executive director, with that president, make sure that, you're finding the right fit for the job. That's not, finding somebody that might, make a little more work for them. But, bringing somebody to the table who really can, contribute and bring, their skill set and, be a learning experience for them as well. But they are bringing something to kind of help out. But, for people who are looking to join boards, there's a lot of questions you want to ask. That's something that we cover in our leadership class. Find out, is this a working board? What am I expected to do? Am I expected to show up every Saturday and volunteer 3 hours at the gift shop, or, whatever it is? Is that something that I feasibly can do? Or is it, a governing board where they're just asking for your expertise, for your thoughts, on a monthly meeting or a quarterly meeting? How often do they meet? Do they have D&O insurance, directors and officers insurance? Are you protected as a board member? Are you liable for things? There's a lot of questions that you want to ask. And you really want to make sure that you know what you're getting into, ask to see, bylaws, paperwork, things like that. So, because you want to make sure that you're finding the right fit for you. So, as a board member, though, absolutely keep an eye out for others who may be able to, bring some, a lot of value to the table as well to help out. Because there's always, there's always turnover, there's always open spots, there's always something new. So, who can you bring in to bring some new energy and new life to that board and maybe some new ideas?
It's never fun when you're sitting there at a meeting and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm the one that recommended this person, which
yeah.
Most everybody on the board is probably thinking that about me. It's like, I can't believe but no, you're right. You don't know sometimes until, you actually are in that position. So, so September, there's so much going on. You mentioned Cranberry Festival, but there's so much, with the holidays are coming up. If you're a business who's not planning now for this kind of stuff, it's crunch time because you have to get the stuff out there in advance nowadays. It's sitting with the chamber, and maybe it's, saying, I'm not a member of the chamber, but I'd like to be. I'd like to start next year strong and a member. This is a great time to sit and meet with you, to talk to you, to have those discussions on, the benefits of a membership. In addition to what can the chamber do to help me, or here's what I'm trying to accomplish, what ideas you have. Talk a little bit about all of that, because there's great opportunities.
There absolutely is. And we love to extend invitations to any business organization that wants to be a member. There's a lot of different things that we can do as a chamber. There's not like one comprehensive list, because there's so many different things. It's like, what do you need? How could we help you? Maybe it's just an introduction. Maybe it's just, helping connect with our local legislators if you're trying to get permitting or things like that. Maybe it's looking for volunteer opportunities, or promoting your business through different ways, or attending events, or not attending events, but having, there's a few more passive ways that you can get benefits of membership with our online directory, our monthly newsletter, which, just came out. I don't know if it hit do you have yours yet?
Yeah.
Did you get it? All right. We sent it out with the holiday on Friday, but, there's a lot of different ways that we can come alongside businesses and organizations and be helpful. So sometimes just having somebody to bounce ideas off, and having that almost like insurance, right? You're part of a network, you've got our number, you know who to call if something's going on, or you just, need somebody to listen for a minute, or bounce an idea off of, or, say, who would I talk to about this? Maybe it's not us, but maybe we know the person that it is. And then, with a lot of businesses, if you're a small business owner, you are eating, breathing, sleeping that business. That's all you might think about. So sometimes it can be easy to overlook the fact that not everybody else is thinking about that. So just because you are doesn't mean everybody else is. And so sometimes I think people can get frustrated by, well, I'm doing everything I can with this. Why aren't other people seeing this? And it's like, are you telling them? How are you telling them? Are you telling them outside of your page, your, website, your, business, the people that are already your customers? You can tell them, but that's not going to get you new customers most of the time.
Right.
So are you, diversifying the way that you're marketing and talking about the business, things like that. So those are kinds of things that we can talk to you about. Those are things that we can help with by putting information in the newsletter and, sharing about your business to maybe a different audience, things like that. So there's a lot of different things that kind of go into that, and that we might talk through, and some ideas that we might have. But then another thing that we say a lot too is make sure you're working on the business, not just in the business as well. And so take time for that. And I think chamber membership is one of those ways you can work on the business, because you're, exploring different resources and benefits, and maybe a new network.
Good advice, Kat. Good advice. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Kat Thompson with us here this morning from the Venango Area Chamber of Commerce. Well, you mentioned Cranberry Festival coming up.
Sure is.
If you're trying to figure out how to celebrate the end of summer, come out to Cranberry Festival. Have a great time. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And this year, first time in a long time, there is a parade in Cranberry as part of the Cranberry Festival. So on Saturday, September 20th is the day of festival. And that morning, there's going to be a parade. So the Cranberry businesses are kind of getting together to organize that and to spearhead that. So that'll be exciting. So you can, I think the deadline might have passed for signing up for that, but might reach out and see if they're willing to take any more. But you can go to our Facebook and find information on the Cranberry Festival page, or on our website. But there's lots more going on. We're still taking craft vendors, or business. That's a great way. Like you're talking about, businesses getting involved. So if you want to connect with families, it's all you have to do is have a free activity or giveaway for kids, and it's free. Take a couple hours, go out there and meet some people, get some eyes on your businesses. So that's an easy way to do something new, something a little bit different. So again, information booth or activity for kids. And then if you're, family, you want to do something different, we've got all kinds of fun, free stuff for kids, face painting and hairspray and, temporary tattoos and paint a car. And I don't even know all the other things going on out there. Tessa's got a whole list of stuff. There's a car show as well. The craft show will have food vendors and live music. I think we're going to do karaoke this year. So,
wow.
I'm just, sing it out. So lots to do. We did move a little bit over. I know there's potholes at the Cranberry Mall, well aware. But you know what? They've done a lot of patching in the area. So they're working on it. They're trying. The mall, the people locally at the mall have always been great partners for us with that. So we moved to a section that's a little bit flatter, a little bit nicer there. So in front of Bonton. So we're hoping to have a great day out there. It's a bake off. So if you are a baker or want to try it, something there's a few different categories. You got to put cranberries in there somewhere. So there's a lot going on that day, Saturday, September 20th out at the Cranberry Mall.
All right. Sounds fun. So make plans and get out there. All right. Pizza. Gelato.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
You going somewhere fun soon?
Holy smokes, Luke. Yeah, we are going to Italy. We are doing our first chamber travel, a trip here, and we are excited. We're getting down to the wire here. We've got our pre-trip meeting happening so we can talk about what are you packing? How are you, going to fit everything in your suitcase? What are you taking? What kind of converter do you have? But we're excited to be going at the same time as the Meadville Chamber. But this is something new we're trying, something different. Going to Italy on chamber travel, kind of see if that's something that maybe there's an appetite for in the future. But I'm taking all my stretchy pants because I'm eating all the pizza, all the pasta, maybe some seafood, soaked in butter. I don't know, however they make it. Gelato, like you said. I'm going to be highly caffeinated on Italian coffee. Just watch out, get out of my way. I'll be zooming. But we're excited for that and to kind of connect with the people that are going on the trip and get to know some new folks. We know a lot of them, but there's a few that we don't know and aren't really in our network yet. So it's a great way for us to meet people and connect with community members. So we're really excited to see how that goes.
Somebody in the studio earlier this morning was very excited and ready to travel and explore with the Venango crew. So Christa was...
Yeah, Christa was there. Yeah.
Really excited.
Yeah, we're excited. And she's, Christa knows how to party. She's a lot of fun. So we're excited to hang out with her and experience that with her. I know she's done a lot of different kinds of travel. I think this is the first like this for Meadville, but they do lots of other trips and traveling in different ways. So we're excited to learn from her on that.
We just don't want any headlines coming out of Italy about two chambers getting in trouble or anything.
Just ignore all that. Don't pay any attention to the headlines. What happens in Italy stays in Italy, right? We'll be having lots of fun and really experiencing the culture. And one of the things that I love about travel, I've traveled a lot in my life, is you always end up learning something about yourself and about home.
Yeah.
And appreciate home in a different way. Even when you're out, you think, oh, I'm just going to learn about this place. You really start to think about, home and where you're from and have a new appreciation for things sometimes. And so I'm excited for that aspect of it as well.
Well, real quick, not to hold you on this, but when you see the success of those people interested in traveling, does that sort of in your mind go, okay, this is something people want, we'll look some form, next year down the road to do this again?
Absolutely. I think we're, going to look at, how things go and see what that process is like and try to get some feedback from our passengers, to see is this something they'd like to do again, and if so, what would that look like? So I think we'll definitely explore options down the road.
Kat, great catching up with you. All the best. There's a lot going on, and if folks have any questions, they can contact the chamber.
Absolutely. VenangoChamber.org. There's a lot on our website. Give us a call, 814-676-8521. But reach out. We're happy to chat.
Good to see you this morning, Kat. Take care.
Thanks. You too.
All right.
Bye, Luke.
Kat Thompson joining us here this morning.
A Republican-led U.S. House of Representatives committee on Tuesday said it released more than 33,000 pages of files on the disgraced financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. That came as party leadership looked to end a push by a bipartisan pair of lawmakers to force a vote on the matter. The case of Epstein, who died by suicide in prison in 2019, has caused a political headache for Republican President Donald Trump, after many of his supporters embraced a slew of related conspiracy theories. A July Reuters Ipsos poll found that majorities of Americans and of Trump's Republicans believe the government is hiding details on the case. The files released on Tuesday largely consisted of court documents and other previously released information. They included at least 8 videos of apparent police interviews with victims, several of which are time-stamped from 2005 and 2006. Republican Representative Thomas Massey and Representative Ro Khanna, a California Democrat, have proposed a measure that would require the Justice Department to release all of its unclassified Epstein records. The pair will hold a press conference with Epstein victims on Wednesday morning. Massey told the Axios news outlet on Tuesday that he would push ahead despite the latest document release.
Life or political or private.
New Directions Community Credit Union is now open in Titusville. They may be new to our community, but they've been serving our region since 1974, providing their members with affordable products and services. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, volunteers, attends school, regularly conducts business, or who owns a business in Venango, Forest, Warren, or Crawford counties. Visit their new location at 206 South Martin Street in Titusville to learn more about becoming a member. Best of luck to all the students and athletes this fall from New Directions Community Credit Union.
Looking for expert orthopedic care? Dr. Charlie Gates, a trusted name at Titusville Area Hospital, can help you regain mobility and a better quality of life. With years of experience and a passion for personalized care, Dr. Gates specializes in treating a wide range of orthopedic conditions. Whether it's joint pain, sports injuries, or orthopedic surgery, trust Dr. Charlie Gates at Titusville Area Hospital for your orthopedic care. Call 814-827-9770 today to schedule your appointment.
Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning provides residential and light commercial air conditioning services throughout the area. They understand the importance of your cooling system working properly. That is why you can trust in Vanderhoof to do the job right. Whether it's a non-working air conditioner, yearly maintenance, or a new install, you can be assured that we will solve your problem quickly and efficiently. Your home's air conditioning system is far more than just temperature. It's a complete comfort system that combines temperature, humidity, air quality, and above all, safety. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville. Titusville Market Square is home to over 100 unique vendors featuring antiques, collectibles, candles, coins, baked goods, dairy products, food items, comic books, toys, and so much more. You'll discover something new every time you walk through the door. Did we mention the selection of baked goods, breads, Clark's Donuts, and Amish pies? Titusville Market Square has you covered. Stop in to explore today. Titusville Market Square in downtown Titusville.
Our new home.
Somebody pinched me.
Somebody say pinch?
Pinch,
Ooh,
pinch.
pinch time.
We mean we just bought this.
Yeah, we just bought a new house. Why are there crabs?
Oh, don't call for pinches. Call for protection.
Hit it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right coverage for your new house and your car.
All right, which way to the sea? We're in Ohio.
So is that close, or?
No.
You got a pool?
No.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Ronnie Long.
And I'm Lisa Mellon.
The name Armstrong reflects more than just a company. It's a promise.
While others focus on the short term, we're building for a future that's limitless.
From the dawn of cable television to the rise of the digital age, we've delivered cutting-edge technology like our advanced fiber network that redefines what's possible.
Guided by our core values, we have proudly served and strengthened communities like yours for generations.
Fat Chad's is Titusville's premier dining destination. Come hungry and enjoy these menu favorites: T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Dive into fresh pasta entrees like shrimp and scallop pasta or our signature Asiago chicken. And don't miss our famous burgers and fish sandwiches, all served with fresh cut fries. Fridays mean prime rib specials. Enjoy Wild Game Saturdays. And on Sundays, it's our all-you-can-eat wing buffet. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
211 is an easy-to-remember telephone number for finding health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. Every day, highly trained 211 call specialists provide referrals to basic human needs resources like food banks and shelters, physical and mental health, employment support, support for youth and child care programs, and support for adults and persons with disabilities. To learn more, dial 211 or visit pa211nw.org.
Wall Street started September on a sharply lower note on Tuesday, with the Dow losing more than 0.5%, the S&P 500 shedding roughly 0.7%, and the Nasdaq sliding more than 0.8%. Investors returned from the Labor Day holiday rattled by a Friday appeals court ruling that most of President Trump's tariffs are illegal. Trump responded Tuesday afternoon by saying his administration will ask the Supreme Court for an expedited ruling on the tariffs. The latest tariff turmoil comes as markets enter what is traditionally a weak month for stocks with more uncertainty, says Mike Muscio, president of FBB Capital Partners.
And so now something that we thought was kind of settled isn't maybe as settled as we had expected. And thereby we're getting a little bit of market turmoil. Earnings are kind of behind us at this point. Last week was big earnings, kind of the final large earnings week. And we're heading into September with a much awaited, or much anticipated, I should say, jobs report on Friday. So some concern over how far this tariff thing really has run through, and a new data point ahead of a Federal Reserve meeting in a few weeks, and we got some weakness in the markets.
Stocks on the move Tuesday included Alphabet, which soared more than 6% in extended trading after a U.S. district judge ruled that the tech giant does not have to sell off its Chrome browser. But the judge said Alphabet does have to share its data with online search rivals. Shares of Kraft Heinz fell about 7% after the packaged goods giant said it will split into two listed companies, unwinding a decade-old merger with the combined company never achieving its expected growth. On the flip side, shares of PepsiCo gained roughly 1% after Elliott Management disclosed a $4 billion stake in the beverages company, urging it to revive its soda business, boost its share price, and become more competitive.
Well, here's a quick look at that weather forecast. Mostly sunny today, high of 80. Enjoy it. Temperatures are going to be changing here over the next several days. Partly cloudy skies tonight, followed by cloudy conditions overnight. Slight chance of a rain shower, lows in the upper 50s. Thursday, rain, low 60s. Friday, partly cloudy, mid-70s. Saturday, morning rain showers, mid-60s. Sunday, partly cloudy, mid-60s as well. That is a look at your weather forecast at 8:39. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Joining us this morning is Mr. Will Price from the United Way of the Venango and Titusville region. Will, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning. Glad to be back.
Yes. Exciting stuff, and already just into September, and what a fast summer.
It went by super fast.
United Way was extremely busy this summer. Maybe you had great folks come in the last couple months talking about camps to different programs. Maybe give us just a quick recap of summer and how you sort of evaluate the success of those programs, and then what to expect here this fall.
Yeah, summer flew by, but like you said, great programming. We kicked it off in June and July with our 3 weeks of summer camps, career exploration camps. You know, determining success is one, if the kids had fun. 2, if they learned anything. And it may not be that they learned or we changed their mind about a career that week, but if a student goes in 4 years and applying for a job in the workforce and they remember that place, you know, it's that walking through that business, that company, that listening to that speaker that really will sit in the back of their mind and have those haha moments is what we like to call them. And, you know, I think we're making it. I know our summer camps, we went over 45 different places, had speakers come in. It's just a great experience for those kids. So,
and it was a lot of kids.
Yes, 30 plus kids this year,
Wow.
the most we've ever had. You know, we keep increasing every year. I think the first year, 3 years ago, we had 15, and then now we're up to 30. So,
wow.
We're super happy. We'll do it again next year. Maybe a little bit different, but, you know, tweaking it, making it always better. And then after camps, we kicked off our Little Layers drive, which is socks and underwear drive for the region. We had locations in both Titusville and Venango collecting those socks and undergarments and leggings for kids that needed in school. So we wrapped that up last week, did those distributions for both areas. Super great, a great need that we were able to help with. So
is it an opportunity, just because maybe the event's over, can people still donate or help out throughout the year?
Yep, you can go to our website and donate right to there's a link right on our website for the Little Layers. So that's always an ongoing need that we're supporting. We support all the care closets with personal hygiene products throughout the year. This is just the second layer with that. So, and I know on the Venango side, we went a little bit deeper with our hair fair, back to school program. We supplied over 200 kids with shoes and free haircuts with local salons. And then on the Titusville side, we collected school supplies and partnered with associated charities. So, you know, definitely a busy summer, making sure our kids are ready to tackle that first day of school. You know, we've always said that we want kids ready and learning and not worrying about any crises or stress of home life or not having what they need to learn. So whatever we can do to really help those kids gain their full potential.
It's a lot of shoes, and
Absolutely.
I'm sure it's just maybe scratching the surface.
It is scratching the
needs?
surface.
Okay.
We did have a waiting list of a few kids this year. We were able to wipe out and serve those ones on the waiting list at one point, and then it added back up. So we're looking to increase it next year too. So, you know, the need is there.
And again, obviously it's a good time of year if you're out, you know, back to school shopping, and maybe you come across a pair.
Yep.
And you can handle it, get a pair, make that donation. But just because, you know, you're thinking about it now doesn't mean you just forget about it till next year. You know, maybe at Christmas, or if you come across a sale or something, maybe grab a pair during the course of a year and make a donation.
Absolutely. We will take donations at all times for those socks, underwear, shoes. You know, and the need doesn't we think about it right now at the beginning of school, but you come December and January, the need is there again.
Yeah.
Kids grow, kids go through shoes. So
it's almost like a small business Saturday, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, I get it. Once a year, the big attention's, but it's really year round.
Yep.
We should be thinking about
Yep.
this stuff. So
we'll supply them. I know there's in the works of really upping our game and those care closets for the school districts and everything. So,
do you get people asking you before maybe they head out and buy anything? Like, is there a certain size? Is there a more a most popular size shoe or sock? Or I mean, in terms of needs, I'm sure it's all over the place. But how do you even begin that process of figuring out what the needs are?
We work with the schools, especially during the school year. We'll work with the schools to determine what they're seeing, what their needs are, and their requests there. But prior to this big back to school, we actually let the families call and register, so we knew what sizes we need. But if you're looking to participate throughout the year, give us a call. We'll work with the schools directly, and we have a list of what is needed or what is most requested. Mostly that middle school age is where we're really seeing the most need.
Okay. And then the other side to that would be if somebody calls and says, hey, you might have a kid that starts the year in a size 8 and now they're in an 8.5 by, February. I don't want to guess that. Here's $100. You buy the, can they make a monetary donation?
Yep. They can make a monetary donation. They can designate it to the school program, the Little Layers or the school care closets, and it goes directly to that. Every dollar goes directly into those programs. So, and we work with the schools 2-3 times a year on dispersing those funds and getting what they need. And I will just put what is raised in the Titusville region goes back to the Titusville school districts. What's raised in Forest goes back to the Forest school districts, and what's raised in Venango gets split between all those.
Who keeps track of all that, Will?
Mallory in our office.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's very important. We know that we want to impact our community, so it's definitely details. So
you have great people.
I do have wonderful people on our team.
All right, so fall's technically a couple weeks away, but we're here.
Yep.
Kids are back to school. Fall sports underway. What happens with the United Way this time of year? What are you transitioning into here?
Yep, our education team, which is made up of 6 social workers and 3 career counselors, are back into the schools, working with our school partners, tackling the needs there. Our fall campaign is kicking off next week. So watch out for your in the mail or at your employers. All of our employee campaigns will be out there next week. So, like I said, those funds go back into the community. Every dollar truly impacts our residents there. So
that's great.
Yeah.
And obviously you can be an individual, maybe a company. It doesn't matter. There's many ways to get involved and to help the United Way.
Absolutely. You can check out our website, direct contributions, employee campaigns, payroll, deductions, monthly, weekly, quarterly, once a year. We make it as easy as possible for you to give. So you can call, you can check our website. We're there to assist you.
Do you get people to say, hey, but, I want to support the United Way. I'm not quite sure everything that you do. I know you do great things. Is there an opportunity for those people to meet up with somebody, yourself, Mallory, to sit down and say, hey, I just want to learn more about what you do?
Yep. Our team, Mallory, myself, Jenny, will all sit down one-on-one, have that conversation, dive deep. And, I feel... out of our office now, we're running 25 programs, so we can connect. I feel we can really find a program that really fits your want to help, and we'll do that. And like I said, every donation goes directly into those programs.
You go to the website, which is great. You can get a ton of information there. But there's a section, key initiatives, healthy communities, youth opportunities, financial security.
Yep.
These are big topics.
They are big topics. They used to be, we transitioned from health, education, income, and defined our goals a little bit of those, youth opportunities. Education was so broad. We honed in on youth opportunities, and it's really... making sure that every youth in our area has the opportunities that they need to succeed. So it goes from making sure our career counselors, making sure that every student has an exit plan, to our social workers, being that connecting from school back into the community, tackling those, mental health issues or those crisis peer pressuring in the schools, to just our summer camps. Anything youth opportunity, it fits into that category. Healthy communities are our partners with the food banks and those basic needs that individuals have. Financially, the financial one is kicking off a Drive to Thrive program in Venango County, doing making sure people have transportation to get back and forth to work. That basic building block that everyone truly needs living in a rural community. We want to make sure they have.
Yeah, it's a vicious cycle too, because it's like, well, in order for me to get a paycheck, I need to get to work.
Absolutely.
I need to have transportation. You've got businesses that are needing employees, so they need you to get to work.
Yep.
So there's a lot, of from both sides, a lot of people trying to figure things out. I know some companies will even say, "Hey, we'll help you find a way to get here."
Yep.
We just want good workers.
We have great employers in the region that will make those steps, make those extra. Maybe change your start time a little bit because you're carpooling and shift change, and you can ride with someone or switch cars out. And I've heard it all.
Or I have to be here to get the kids to school.
Yep.
Okay,
Absolutely.
we can work with that.
Yep. We have a great region. We have the workforce here, and there's employers willing to put people to work. So we want to make sure we can connect and fill those stop gaps that are preventing people from getting those jobs.
Yeah, that's great. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Will Price with us here this morning, United Way of the Venango and Titusville region. The mental health aspect, recent week or two, there's been some terrible local headlines, but I've talked to a lot of people within the last couple days even who've talked about some terrible situations, and there's you kind of sit there scratching your head like, I don't understand. What's available, and maybe this is out of the range of what you're providing here, but if you're somebody who is battling a mental health issue, do they understand that they're battling that? And then the people that sit there and go, I don't understand, and maybe have a hard time sympathizing, what's available for them to maybe learn or to put themselves in those shoes of someone who might be having a mental health crisis?
We just do the mental health part in the schools with our social workers, but there are great agencies in the region that will help connect or, walk someone through those next steps of getting those services and determining what type of services they may need, or help get someone into those services. But our social workers inside the schools will work with the students. There is a waiting list to get into some services in the region, and they're that stopgap, making sure kiddos are taken care of and have someone to talk to while waiting for services, or helping the family determine what's the best course of action. And our team is there to assist those students to work through those issues. If a kiddo, elementary school or middle school, walking through the door that's upset or crying as soon as they walk in, they'll work with them. They'll talk with them and just have that friendly conversation, and not putting the burden so much on the teachers or the staff inside the school. My saying is keep the professionals doing what they're supposed to be doing. Giving them the tool, giving the school district a tool to use to keep teachers teaching and the school running as it should be. We're just there to assist them in any way that we possibly can.
And that's the youth side. The adult side, obviously there's needs in the community as well. So, but again, if somebody wanted to sit down and learn more and get the specifics of United Way, and it's also, I think people are kind of amazed. You're covering two areas now, right?
Yep.
You got Venango and Titusville. You branch into Forest, and so you got a large area, and the needs. There's some overlap, but there's a lot of differences too on what those communities are in need of.
Absolutely. They're only 15 miles apart, but the needs are definitely are different. And we, our volunteer group, our councils, look at those needs on a regular basis, twice a year, of making sure that we're serving each area as much as we need to, or have the biggest impact. And sometimes we shift gears on what we're focusing on because the needs may change. There may be a crisis that pops up that we have to activate and go after in Titusville that maybe not in Venango. And, you know, I'm against duplicating services. So if someone in one area is doing the need in Venango, maybe we'll do it in Titusville or vice versa. We never want to compete or work against someone. We'll empower other agencies and work with them to make a bigger impact. The region's smaller. We want to work together, not against.
Yeah, it's got to be, though, exciting to come in every day and you have that variety, different programs you're working with, the things you're managing. Yeah, it's got to be kind of fun to be, you know, behind the desk and kind of say, and to surround yourself with a team that's exciting to work with.
Yes. You know, I wake up not dreading to go to work. It's okay, let's go to work. Every day's a new day, like you said. I may have a list of things, but yesterday I didn't touch anything on my list. It was just one phone call after another. It's exciting. It's truly watching great people, my team, the great volunteers that we have truly make a difference in the community. And the lasting impact will be there.
Yeah, and you know, so the last couple of months we had a chance to sit down with Mallory and Jennifer, and you know, it seemed like with Mallory, it's again for her, every day's different, right? So maybe the next couple of months, this is what I'm working on, and then we're going to be doing this. You know, I think Jennifer, when I was talking to her, I think it was right around graduation time, and it was like, you know, get to take a deep breath and relax. But then it's like, hey, we want to get back into the schools. We're ready to go.
Yep.
And I think there's that sense of we don't want to let a student down. We don't, you know, we know there's families that are struggling, and I might be the best person they interact with that day. And over the summer, we lose track a little bit, but I'm excited to be back and seeing how this person's doing.
Yeah, everyone on the team is that same feeling. They, I even have some team members that will check in with families that are school-based that will check in all summer with those families. They're going above and beyond what they need to, or their job description, per se. But, you know...
is there such a thing?
No.
Okay.
No.
Even for you, right?
Yeah, I don't have one. Every day, like I said, is a new day. From washing windows to taking a donor's call. But it truly, we have a remarkable team here at United Way, and everyone is willing to help in whichever way they can. So
there's a donate link on your website.
Yes.
Is that a good way, or should they reach out to you and maybe kind of, again, learn more about different things so they have an idea of what they maybe want to put money towards?
Yep. Either way, you can donate directly. There's a bunch of links, different things you can designate, I believe, right on our website of different programs. We just did a new brand update to our website, so it's fresh, should have all the information as much as we can put on there. If you see something on our website that you want more information, please reach out. We can set up that one-on-one phone call, meeting, coffee, whatever works for you. We can come to you. You can come to either offices in Venango or Titusville and learn more. And if there is a need that is needed in the community, bring it to our attention. If we're not tackling it or been a part of it, we welcome those conversations too. We want to make sure that we're in the group and helping everyone.
Volunteer. Maybe you can't contribute monetarily, but what about time?
Yep, time. We have a full, if it's not just for United Way, we have great partners that are always looking for volunteer needs. We do have a spot on our website that has active volunteer opportunities. That has a value to it too. I think right now every hour of a volunteer gives is about $29 an hour.
Oh, wow.
That is the impact. So we track that on the United Way side. If you volunteer with us, we're tracking those because it helps with matching grants. It helps with showing the value of our organization back out to our organizations and our community. I believe last year we did, for the region, I want to say almost $200,000 in volunteer opportunities. That's from summer camps of just sorting things in the office and you know, our great board of directors giving their time during their meetings and committee meetings. So I encourage, if you're looking to get involved, please check our website. It's under the Get Connected tab, and there's a whole list of volunteer opportunities that people can jump in and roll up their sleeves.
Will, great seeing you this morning. All
You
the
too.
best.
Thank you.
Yeah, talk to you soon.
Yep.